What's going on, guys? This is Jason of Auglitical. I swim through the politics so you don't drown too. I'm just a man trying to bring common sense in a world where common sense isn't so common. Don't you just love it when you see people get karma done back to them when they advocate for stupid shit, and then when it finally happens to them, you just sit there going, I don't need to told you I told you so, but I did tell you so. People like you, we told you so. This is a perfect example of that. Defund the police activist goes viral after begging for help when everything she owned was stolen in San Francisco. The cops didn't do shit. The thieves made off with Dernice Bell's rented U-Haul truck. The San Francisco woman put out a call for help on X. If you see a 26-foot U-Haul truck, let me know because it had like everything I own in it. Own on it. The post went viral, but not for the reason she had hoped. Bell spent years posting left wing defund the police views, and users across the site blasted and mocked the activist. Anti police activist begs the police to help. Jared the X account Bay State of Mind, which comments on San Francisco Bay Area politics. Tom Wolf, an addiction recovery advocate who had over 30,000 followers, posted a screenshot of a previous post in which Bell blasts the San Francisco police alongside of her recent plea, Shot Chaser. The caption reads, still walking around with a mask. That shit crazy. Bell, who goes by Jacob Koskio on X with the bio saying, will respond to all bad faith arguments with ad hominem attacks. Returning fire, mere hours after she filed the report, she blasted the police for not immediately locating her stolen possessions. Hold on. Hold up. Okay. So all bad faith arguments, you go with bad faith, you go with ad hominem attacks. Of course. At least she's being upfront about it. Mere hours after she filed the police report, she blasted the police for not immediately locating her stolen possessions. I haven't found my shit. The cops didn't do shit. U-Haul made me file a fucking police report, she told the Post. There's cameras all over the city. They haven't done shit. I just want my stuff back. you love look, you love to see it. I love to see it. You love to see it. It sucks because it shouldn't happen to anybody, but it could have happened to a more deserving person. Yes? And listen, use your words. These are what they tell us all the time. Use your words. Use your words. Listen, your life is more important than any worldly possession. You can always get that stuff back, Belle. Come on now. They needed it more than you. They're just trying to feed their family with your jewelry to get drugs, maybe. Come on now. Come on now. To those accusing her of hypocrisy, she insisted she literally never called the cops and is reposting more calls to defund law enforcement for good measure. Of course, because they don't learn. Unless something really drastic happens. That's how you know it ain't drastic enough. U-Haul urged her to alert authorities to the theft of its truck. Please be sure to contact us to provide the police report to the Equipment Recovery Department. The company's customer support account urged. Let's see what they think. As for her critics, she sneered at them. Look at these good Christian victim advocates celebrating my kids losing their belongings at Christmas. Listen, I'm going to just sit here and say it like this. Being Christian does not make you a good person. Being religious does not make you a good person. I would say, in fact, one of the biggest reasons for why I personally am not religious is because I've lost faith through other people being religious and the people that people are supposed to trust the most being religious. So again, she's just trying to make the person feel bad by pulling at an emotional heartstring. And you know what? No, we need more Christians like that. We need more Christians who, while they are accepting, they are nice people. At the same time, they call out bullshit. And instead of them sitting there turning the other cheek when someone's life is in danger and they're seeing that their world is being upended, they actually do like they did back in the day with the Crusades. Let's let that shit. You know what? You pull out a crusade, I might just become a. Just saying. Her kids didn't lose their gifts. They were stolen by criminals who are pursued by the police. Unless you actively push to defund them, Defunding ends up with more serious crimes being prioritized over less serious crimes like what she experienced. This is absolutely true. When you have less bodies on the streets, more and more crimes that are not that important in the poverty list gets pushed down more and more to the point that they don't even respond to them. I forgot what city it was that police don't even respond after a certain amount of time, like after nighttime. It literally becomes the purge in that bitch. And in a normal world, in a decent world, even in a world that's not perfect, you would sit there and go, some shit like that should never ever happen. I'm sorry, I'm that other than the truck. It was worth less than $950 worth of stuff. Ironic with the capital T, she treats the police like they are the enemy, then wants them to bend over backwards when she needs them. Be careful what you wish for. Listen, this is something that I've experienced consistently when you run into, especially white people sitting there trying to act like black people's ally. And don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting here and saying that you need to be tribalistic and you can't trust the person who's white. We're not talking about normal whites. We're talking about radical, cucked white people who sit there and they're willing to bend over backwards to act like allies, though ultimately they want to see the fall of other people who don't agree with their bullshit. And it doesn't matter what their skin color is. You could check out my community posting. I literally posted a black person saying something over on Twitter, and here comes this soy boy, white beta cuck boy. Of course, he would be down with Antifa if he had the chance. Of course, he's down with Black Lives Matter because it's the thing to follow at the moment. But he basically sat there and told him that, oh, your thoughts and your experiences are extremely ignorant, and it was just the dude's opinion. Which, by the way, the dude's opinion was absolutely spot on the money, making it damn near fact. But I'm more educated than you. All of the allyship goes right out of the fucking window when you don't think in their lockstep. And it's a fake allyship. It's a fake solidarity. Although all of those people should not bother asking for help if they wanted to fund the police. Many officers have PTSD from their job and don't make much for putting themselves in harm way every time they go to work. Yeah, they don't know. You be surprised. You think that shooting a bunch of shit that they go through, you think that they would be high alert for? The most high alert that they are on for is domestic cases, because those are the ones that always turn out bad, in which a police officer can lose their life. I don't know one cop that doesn't make 100% $100 a year. PTSD, yeah, shut the fuck up, Eddie. There's a lot of listen, police officers are not paid enough for the bullshit that they go through. That is just a fucking fact. That is just a fact. I'm not hearing anything else. She is the very reason why so many Americans are done with the Democrats. The only tactic rich Democrats now have is to fund extreme groups and blame their behavior on Republicans. Fun fact, BLM is over there in New York City right now, and they're talking about they want riots. They want riots right now. Meanwhile, Luigi Badoobity Boogity 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 Boopy, the man who just shot the CEO, which by the way, the CEO, I am not sitting here saying that he was a good person, but the thing that's so crazy is when it fits the narrative, they're seen as a hero. You got girls right now getting wet off of this guy who murdered the CEO in broad daylight, and then you got another case where you had a person in a really really tough situation, and they're trying to stick him to the wall. Make it make sense. Anyway, there have been some interesting studies in the fallout of the defund police movement. It's a luxury position. Polling shows those who most likely supported defunding were people in economic brackets, which mean their neighborhoods are already safe. Of course, because they don't experience it. A lot of these people can be in private communities. They're isolated. They probably lived in gated communities. It's people who never struggled in their fucking lives. You'd be surprised at all of the commie kids who are living off of their parents' inheritance. People who are CEOs and shit like this, who are grinding, they don't turn out to be communists because they fucking know better. But anyway, that's the end of the video. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Fast forward to when we're old and gray. I'll be looking back at when they posted hate, and it will hurt a bit, but it was worth it when your dream is getting hurt, no matter what they say. I try conveying that I love us all, and the way I did it left them so appalled. I used a broken arm to try and break their walls, no matter what they say, they know it took balls. I surveyed the land and I found a location, unloaded the lumber and pounded the stakes, and I blended the bones of the people who hated with blood and cement, and I poured the foundation. I built the frame with all my guilt and shame, and then I chiseled my